RCGroups live broadcast is live broadcasting on Thursday. I know it's crazy. I have a lot of cool stuff in the background. First of all, it's summer. I know because my son won't keep running in and out of the house. And he sat down with me yesterday and said, I'd like to have a long conversation about what I want for Christmas.
Oh, wow. He is really starting early.
I said, get out of my office. I'm not having any sort of Christmas vacation. I mean, summer vacation. So anyway, it's hot. I went running the other day, and it was abnormally hard. And then I say all that to say this before we even start the show. I don't understand how it's 2 Central Standard Time all of a sudden. I was working on this big airplane back here, and then my wife says, you have a broadcast, right? And I'm like, yeah, in like an hour. No, in like 10 minutes.
Wait. She actually let you know that you had one coming? That is a really good wife.
She's awesome.
Yeah, man.
She makes good food, too. So on my left here, I have Jason Cole. Jason, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
And then on his left, we have Maticus Gunnicus.
And my infamous intro. Howdy, y'all.
Howdy.
That's all I can do. I don't know how to start off. I just go, howdy.
My problem is how to stop talking.
No, that's not a problem. That's a blessing, dude.
I read a thing one time back when I did the podcast by myself. It was another website, and somebody said Jim Graham was grandstanding on his podcast. And
I remember that.
Yeah. So I thought about that. You know, it would roll over in my head, and I would think, well, if I didn't, air quote, grandstand, it would just be dead air. I was the only guy on the podcast. You know what I mean?
You can't win. You can't win. You can't lose. Right.
Stick your head
I
up.
don't get that one.
Okay, I need you all to talk about something because there's a banner ad I feel very compelled to upload right now.
Uh-oh, uploading live on the show. This is almost better than Brown Santa dropping off UPS packages.
Awesome. Well, I got UPS that came by earlier today, so I've already opened them. But I have like 3 things to talk about. The event I went to, new products, cool stuff.
Yeah. Hey, do you have a new set of headphones on or something?
No, these
are the originals?
These are OGs.
Okay. Hey, how do you like, and we don't have to go into detail, how do you like your new HobbyKing glider? I really like that thing a lot.
Oh, the Dynamo? Yeah.
Yeah.
See it right here, the little blue and white. It is pretty cool. So it's kind of a 3-channel balsa wood traditional built up, polyhedral wing, very floaty glider. So it's pretty cool. I just did the review on it. It's live on RCGroups.com right now, and you can see the video on our YouTube channel, RCG Videos.
Or you could just watch it right now. Let's cut to that video.
Does that work?
He's putting Jason on the spot. You have to pull that video up.
Oh,
no, Jim's got it. All right, let me share live. There you go, Jimbo.
You grab
your woman and you grab her.
Longest intro ever. Hey, everybody. I'm Jason Cole. I just got my hair cut, and I love these sunglasses.
So as you can see there, we've got a bolt-on wing. You can actually build it as a 3-piece wing. It's got 2 outer panels. And you can glue in the spars on the outer panels or the center panel, and then just slide it on and tape it on if you want, but I chose to glue mine. It's got a nice canopy hatch there, nice latch that's really easy to get to.
Canopies.
Your battery pack. Now you can build this as a regular pure glider. They've got a little balsa nose cone that you can glue onto the front. They include a tow hook, so you can bungee launch. Or you can make it electric like I did with a little, like a 4300 kV in-runner brushless motor. And it's running a 5-inch prop on 2 cells.
I'm really zooming in on nothing there.
I was noticing that when I initially watched it. In my head, I'm like, zoom out, dude, zoom out.
Well, you can't see it in that video, but right in that area, there's a slot where you install the tow hook. I guess that's what I was talking about.
So did the build take like 3 minutes?
Oh, yeah, I mean, it was like 30, 45 minutes to get this thing ready to roll, and it flies really good. It's a 3-channel glider. It just cruises around. It's not a huge spar. So it's not a hot liner. You're not going to dive this down 150 feet and pull out and do crazy high view stuff.
It's actually quieter than that. It was so quiet you almost
I never
cannot
heard
hear
it.
it in the video.
Yeah.
I cranked it up when I was first listening to this video, and I'm like, where is the motor?
The only time you hear it is
I didn't know that
full
you launched
throttle.
it.
And that's probably because the props are probably out of balance. I didn't even check them.
This is about the time I decided I wanted to buy one.
Yeah,
I
it's
liked
a little
how
sweeter.
fast I liked how fast it climbed up, man. You just gassed it, and it was like,
oh yeah, but it goes vertical. Now somebody did ask on YouTube if this was a good plane, like for no RC experience for a first-time pilot. And I'm like, no, not really. It is a balsa wooden airplane, so when you crash, and you do crash as a beginner, it's going to end up in pieces, and it's not very forgiving. So I suggested something with a foamy, with some safe or AS3X or some kind of gyro stabilization technology inside.
Did you use our inverted photo that we took? There it is.
There it is.
Bam. Wait a minute. I got to see this. Let's present you back.
Chip was like, flatten and bird, and I was like, it's a polyhedral glider. And I was like, oh, let's try it. And then it actually worked, and you could steer around and control it. It took a lot of down elevator, though, I'll tell you that.
Oh, I bet, man. You're like, basically, you're flying a paraglider wing at that point. It looks like the nose is in the process of breaking off from this angle. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole front's about to fold away.
It kind of had an arc to it.
Yeah,
it is not a straight fuse. It is a tapered fuselage.
Oh, look at that.
Just like that.
And it retails for what? What'd you say?
Like $140, I think.
Are you kidding me?
With motor and ESC?
No. It's just a pure glider. It's an ARF kit, no electronics. So it just takes like 2 5-gram servos, whatever. The power system wasn't very expensive. I've got all that stuff built in the review.
Photography on this stuff is just remarkable.
Look at those pictures.
Yeah, I saw that. Who was that handsome shadow that was down there? Again, in the cowboy hat.
I thought I should do that in every video, but I got out of there as quick as I could when I realized I was doing that. All right,
you take the left foot, you put it in front of the right foot.
All right, so before I move on to other products, I do want to talk about the Flying Circus FPV event that I was at that you guys should have been at, because it's amazing. So this was in Covington, Virginia this year. Last year it was in Wise, Virginia. They keep bouncing around finding cool new locations. This was a giant field owned by a private individual, and we had like 3,200 acres of FPV playground, mountainous terrain. You could go exploring. It was an awesome location. On the field, we had an FPV racetrack for quads and airplanes. And then there was a second location about 15 minutes away that was basically the world's second cave race. It was an underground cave system. This one was a natural cave, and it was amazing. So they had like a mile of LED light strips running the length of the track.
I want to interrupt. When I cave race, I really prefer natural caves over man-made. They're gluten-free. There's just so much to like about it.
Well, the man-made caves have an industrial feel to them, and where the natural caves are more natural.
Natural, exactly.
So, anyway, so it was a great time. I do want to talk about something that happened that really altered my perception of things. And
I told you not to dance.
Oh,
my
bad. Yeah. So we all know that the quad racing, the drones, is such a big thing, right? We had the Dubai event. There's all these things happening. Lots of money being poured into it. Big deal, right? I think wing racing is a lot better.
Yeah,
FPV,
I thought that from the
fixed
get-go.
wing racing. Now, I've been doing this for a while. I don't know why this just occurred to me at this event, but I kind of went into it knowing that there was going to be some wing racing, and I was bringing my Banshee, which is not very fast, and I figured I'd just throw it up there for fun. It is very maneuverable, so I can cut corners really tight and fly the course about as efficiently as you can. So I was like, well, I'll have some fun. I wasn't really prepared to really be a competitive racer, and this was a Drone Nationals wing qualification race for the IDRA. Now, when we get there, it's all these I'd be crazy wyverns and flying wings that are going 120 plus miles per hour, really super fast, and the Banshee's nowhere close to that. So I get on my first flight, and I'm in the second round, and I end up with the top time. It's again second round. I'm like the fourth guy flying, right? And I was running 3 cells on the Banshee, but I cut some turns really nice. I was flying it really good. I was like, man, this is awesome. This is a lot of fun. And then the other guys came in, and I was getting bumped down. Basically, the top 6 were going to qualify for the Drone Nationals, and I was sitting in like 3rd or 4th place. And then there was round 2. So round 2, I decided I'm going to run a 4-cell pack in the Banshee, not knowing if the components could handle it.
Yeah, it doesn't matter at this point. You're racing.
I'm just doing it, man.
You're racing fate, baby.
So I did it. I shaved off like 3.5 seconds or so off my time, and I was super happy. I was in the qualification running, and then the very last heat, 2 guys pumped in and bumped me off. I came in 7th place, so I didn't qualify. However, wing racing is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
The sound is better than drones. It's a whole lot faster than quadcopters. The racing is a lot more intense because half the field or all of them don't crash out on the first lap. Everybody, basically stays in the race the whole time.
You can bump people.
Yeah, and it just looks amazing watching 4 or 5 wings blast around the turns and they're big. You can see them. So from the spectator's point of view, it's awesome compared to these little black dots that you can't really see flying around a course. It's just a whole lot better. So I am going to be a big proponent of wing racing. I've got now Ivy Crazy, Alex Grieve handed me a Wyvern.
Okay, what? How do you spell that?
It's called a Wyvern. It's like W-Y-V-E-R-N.
I always thought it was pronounced Wyvern.
Wyvern. Now, a lot of people know it as the mini Chimera because it looks just like a Chimera.
Now, did you build that, or did he hand it to you?
I'm building this. This is. I'm doing a review on it, so this is started in kit form. And
look at the profile on that wing. That thing has got to scoot. It is 0 drag.
Now check this out. So it's all EPP. Pulse batteries sent me some awesome 75C 1800 4-cell packs. So it takes 2 in parallel to go in there. And then Dan from Micro Dan is basically custom making me a motor.
Dude, I've got a Micro Dan in my Banshee, the 90-mile-an-hour 3S Banshee.
Yeah.
MKS. What's the flavor on that Micro Dan?
It'll be in the review. I don't remember exactly.
Yeah.
I just don't remember the number. MKS is sending me a couple of digital servos to use in this. It is going to be a 120+ mile per hour beast.
Attaboy.
And so I want to wing race it. I'm going to be at the Pecan Patch FPV event with it. It's going to be amazing. I'm looking for another qualification race because I'd really like to qualify. I'm a way better wing pilot than I am a quad pilot. So that if I have a chance at winning anything or coming close to the finals, it's wing racing with this airplane. So I'm looking for more qualification races. The next one that is scheduled is in Quebec, Canada.
Can't make
it's like
that
an
one.
18-hour drive, so forget that. And there's a TBD on the website for a Florida event, so I just don't know when that's going to happen. But it is so much fun and so much better for spectators. ESPN actually is going to be broadcasting the Drone Nationals in New York. I think that's in August. So
here's
we're going to have
the
wings
problem.
on TV.
I agree with you 100% on the wings. I love them. I raced. Actually, my first wing race was in 2015 at the Radiomite RC FPV Fest, and I tried to fly, of all things, my Sky Surfer 1500 against Alex IB Crazy's Banshee and stuff like that, and it was slow and steady, kind of won the race attitude, and I got bumped at the last minute, but I was hooked on it too. So now I have a really nice Banshee. I can't find anywhere to race. That's my problem. I cannot. I have reached out to the multi-GP guys. I'm trying to find a race to qualify for the Nationals in Muncie, and I can't find any place to race that's close by. So I don't know what to do. I'm ready to race FPV wings.
Well, here's what I did, Matt. I emailed the IDRA and asked them what it takes to host a wing qualification race. So I want to get some details. Maybe we can talk about that next week when they reply, and just to see what their requirements are, if there's a certain number of pilots required or a certain course layout or whatever. We're going to get all those details, and then I may write an article on that, and hopefully we can get some more people involved in hosting more events, because there's only a handful that you can go to, and if you're not in that area, you're out of luck. So
hey, what if all that changed? What if you could host your own event and time trial it to
that would be awesome.
Run against the clock and automatically enter your stuff. That would be sweet.
Or have an event here in our field in Nashville.
Because it is sad, if I don't make it to another event because there's not one, or there's not one close enough to me, that I won't get to go to the Nationals. And I know I'm a capable enough pilot to do it. I know I've got an airplane now that will be able to compete well. So I'm wondering how many guys like that aren't able to get to one of these things that could compete and make it, that much better, that much more competitive. So I know it's new, it's growing sport, but
you're chomping at the bit, dude. You're ready to race, and there's nowhere to qualify that's close by unless you get your passport and head out to Canada.
Right.
You know what I liked about watching your race, Jason? That 360-degree turn, where when you made that turn, and here's my propeller, that's your airplane. You rounded that turn, then you went full vertical, inverted, and pulled back in. I liked how you did that. So you went up, over, and came back around that turn instead of trying to do a tight 360-degree and possibly speed stalling it.
It was part of the practice. Instead of making a flat, it was a 270-degree turn. Instead of doing it flat, we came up with I don't remember who first thought of it, but it was like, man, this works great. But kind of do like a half loop. Yep. Just go through. It was a really cool, fun course.
Well, just watching you got me excited again, and I've got, my Banshee with the Microdan on it. It's 100 mile an hour. It's 90, 95 miles an hour. But again, if the class is anything like what I saw on your video with those 115, 120 mile an hour wings, I'm going to be trying to stay low, cut corners tight, and run the course down low instead of going so fast that you blast outward and have to pull. You know what I'm saying? It's not speed that always wins a race, although that does help.
It really depends on the course.
If you're within 10 mile an hour of another plane, it's a driver's race at that point.
Yeah. Well, I was probably within 20 miles per hour, and I was less than half a second from qualifying.
Mm-hmm.
And I was only basically 2 seconds off of the rest of the field.
That's because those guys cannot make those corners so fast like you.
Yeah.
There's just no way doing 100 miles an hour into a 90-degree turn. You just can't turn it without speed stalling the wing and flipping it into the ground, or just shooting it over. So there you go, cutting it nice.
Yeah.
I liked watching that video. For anybody for all the people that are watching right now, you got to look at Jason's coverage. It's really good. Lots of great pictures, lots of good video. On board his Banshee. I really enjoyed it. Yeah,
it was 3S on the Banshee. So that was the kind of on the field, and then we went to the cave and had the quad racing inside the cave, and this was a multi-GP qualification event for the regionals. And what was really cool there was Thrust UAV was a sponsor. I think they helped kind of provide all the LED lighting for the track. And they were also doing a new product announcement. So they launched their Riot 250R Pro, which is a new 250 size racing quadcopter, which is really good looking. It's got like 32 something LEDs in it that are completely programmable, customizable. So you can change the patterns and the colors, and I think it's really cool for racing because, again, trying to make it as much of a spectator sport as you can. The LED lights really make a big difference.
Right on.
But the track was awesome. It was a giant figure eight. One of the crazy things is you couldn't tell it by watching the coverage, and I don't really know that any photographs could show it well. But you go through turn one off the start, and it's like a 80-degree drop-off for probably 60 feet. It is this giant just hole in the cave, and then the lights go all the way down it and then all the way back up. But everybody, you don't go down obviously with the quad, you just cut the turn. But when people crash down there, you'd walk over to it and then you look down and you're like, oh my god, I couldn't even walk down the side.
Oh,
You have
Lord.
to spelunk.
Kind of had to go around. It was like scary.
I watched that race, and I'm wondering how you, because you can't. A lot of times you can't see the walls. You can only see the lights as they disappear around a corner. Like, man, I'd be slamming into that left and right.
The best story from the event was one of the practice days. They were racing before nighttime, and so there's probably 6 or 8 entryways into the cave. I don't know what it used to be, but maybe an old mine or something. But there's all these points of light, that coming in. And then this guy came around a rock pillar, and then saw this bright thing and thought it was a gate, but it was the sunlight hitting the rock wall, and it just made this bright white spot, and he thought it was a gate. Full throttle, slammed into the rock, man. It was awesome.
Yeah, there's not, even if you have a well-built quad, there's nothing left after that, man.
Man, it was great. But so that was a good time, a lot of fun. Now on to new stuff. So UPS guy came by today, and I got an email saying these were coming, and these are the new Cyclops FPV video goggles from Quantum, HobbyKing and Quantum.
Yeah.
So this is kind of, you can see it here. It is a plastic box.
Nice.
It's kind of all pre-built, all done, ready to go. It's got a Fresnel lens inside.
Adjustable Fresnel lens?
It's adjustable, so you've got these things right here.
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Look at that slider.
Backward, one on either side. And it's got a scan button, so you can just press and it'll find your channel, or you can easily spectate others, by clicking through. It is 5.8 gigahertz receiver. It's a single receiver, and it is a 40 channel with race band. So it's got all that cool stuff. You've got little menu buttons to change the brightness and contrast and all that stuff. But this is essentially a no-frills. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little battery pouch in the back.
Nice pouch.
It's adjustable on the left, right, and top, so you can kind of make it form to fit your face.
Let's see it on.
It's got the foam padding pre-installed, ready to go. So essentially, if you don't want to buy like the Quantum DIY set and build it, put it together and have all the wires hanging out and all that stuff, and you want something that looks a little bit more factory done, this is the way to go.
What kind of screen? I mean, is it a good screen?
So it's an okay screen. It's I think it's the same as the original one. So it's an 800 by 480, I think.
It looks
so
good.
It's not an amazing screen.
You wear it well.
It feels pretty comfortable on your face. It's a little bit heavy. This is basically solid plastic, so it's not like lightweight foam. It is heavy plastic. So you can feel it a little bit on your face, but we don't know the price point yet. These are going to be coming out very soon. We'll have a little video thing on this shortly, but we'll get that pricing information when they update the webpage and get that live. And but I'm expecting it to be very, very, very inexpensive. So if you need a second set for to hand off to some buddies at the field, or if you're looking to get into it for cheap, this is going to be a great option for you. So it's quality work. It's well done, and this the screen looks pretty good, and the adjustments for me, I like it basically as close to my face as I can get for the maximum magnification. And I took my little QAV Nano 2, the QX2 FPV quad for a little lap around the house, tried them out, and works pretty good. So no complaints here.
Now, does anybody still use those linear polarized monopole antennas that it comes with? Why do they even include those? Isn't that a gross waste of natural plastic resources?
I carry them around in case I'm using my good ones and I need to check something and I don't want to smoke it, or somebody needs to borrow a headset and I'm using the good antennas. So I always carry about 3 or 4.
I think I had a box of them, and they got thrown out or something. I don't know. There's just no use for them. Everything is circular polarized that I have.
Yeah.
That's me.
But I have 20 of them.
Oh, yeah.
Well, that's all I got new product-wise and story-wise for this
Well, Jason,
week.
I have a story for you. So Jason and I were at the field, and we were shooting that video you watched earlier about the sailplane, and Jason just rolled on out, but it was so pretty, and we've been working like 2 weeks straight. So I just sat there, Jason. So check this out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh,
share
by the way, I just thought of something else I want to talk about, and it's perfect for you. So remind me to do that.
Screen share. See that guy right there? You know who that is?
Oh yeah.
That's
Nash Vegas.
Nash Vegas from Flying Giants. He had this good-looking pilot RC plane with him. Pretty sure that's what he said it was. It looked beautiful, I gotta say. And I have a picture of that.
He said it was the only one that survived Joe Nall because
it didn't
stayed
go.
home.
Yeah, he crashed like everything he had at Joe Nall. So he's got a tail dragger shirt on. Chad and Natasha love them. But in his right hand, no, his left hand is a jetty.
Yep.
And I said, well, when'd you get a jetty? And he said, after seeing Jason's jetty and just touching it, I had to buy one. And I was like, awesome. So I sent that to Esprit to let them know that we have jetties at our field, jetty controllers. And then here's his airplane in the air. Beautiful.
That's a 330 SC, it looks like.
So hot, man.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It sounded like it was a freight train flying on rails. It was awesome. This airplane is a 15-year-old extreme flight. I knew what it was, but it was so old I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And then I said, what are you powering it with? Because I knew what it was, but once again, I couldn't believe it. It's a geared Hacker.
Nice.
Wow.
Flew great. He said he'd been out of the game for about 15 years. And look at his transmitter. Guess what the reason? Oops. I can look at his name while I'm doing this. It is Paul Dams. Guess why Paul Dams owns that jetty transmitter?
Let me guess.
Because of your transmitter. And he didn't see yours directly, but he saw Nash Vegas's, and then that compelled him to buy this transmitter.
Mm-hmm.
Jason's selling transmitters on the side.
They're the best, man. I love them.
I forwarded this to, is that everything? Yeah. I forwarded that to Esprit and said, what do these things have in common? And then also, this is Kevin. Not the best photo I've ever taken, but Kevin, the day before I left for Joe Nall, I was eating dinner with my wife, and a guy walked up and said, now where can I get a free shirt? This is in Nashville. And I was like, holy cow, man, that's demand.
There
And so I saw Kevin on the 3D line at Joe Nall, and then he was at our field. After you left, he showed up too.
Nice.
So lots of good stuff.
Awesome. Okay, Jim T,
Yes.
I have found your FPV airplane of choice.
Okay.
What? That's a hefty statement.
We talked last year a little bit at the Flying Circus event, but Jack at Leading Edge Gliders. So
I'm going there right now, so let's find out.
He makes a lot of sailplanes, awesome slope soaring, de-essing, power slope scale, a lot of great foam sailplanes, right? So, you know the Stone Blue Airlines, they've got a P-51 and ME-109,
Yes.
Spitfire, whatever. They've got some foamy FPV airplanes, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys see those? So they are the best flying airplanes I've ever seen for FPV. Those warbirds are amazing. They're very aerobatic if you want it to be, but they're very stable. They fly on rails. He let me rip one around, and it is stinking awesome. One of my favorite FPV airplanes I've ever flown. So you got to get one of those.
Which airplane am I supposed to love?
You should try the P-51. You can go with whatever you want. Either one of those warbirds.
Here, I'm going to show you. I'm going to share a screen and show you the one that you need to love.
Yeah,
all right?
And then there's more to talk about here. There's some news, actually.
All right, here's the one that you need to love right here, because this guy looks so freaking happy.
BD5.
Yeah, look how happy that guy is. He's got his BD5, 48-inch. That gentleman sells that plane. Love it.
Will it fly on the? I mean, will it slow down and not?
Oh, it slows down great. No, yeah, it's a fantastic flying airplane. You'll be able to do all of the aerobatics that you've talked about that you want to do.
Right.
Knife edge, flight, point rolls, inverted snaps, all of that stuff you'll be able to do with the P-51. But it's EPP. You can't break it. Super tough. Super good flying airplane. I couldn't recommend it enough after getting some hands-on time with it. And then now, so the other thing Jack's done is for those who are looking for kind of long-range or long flight time systems, in a couple of weeks here, he's going to be coming out with a plane called the Starburst. And he's got 2 different sizes. I think it's 48 inches and maybe 65 inches. I flew the 65-inch version, and I was almost 3D'ing with it. I mean, it was doing rolling circles and snaps and spins and knife edge, and it was an amazing flying airplane. It's a twin-boom airplane. It's kind of hard to describe, but one of it's if you've seen some of the Phoenix planes that Stone Blue sells, that they're made by him, and one of the unique features is the fuselage comes down basically the full length of the prop. So if you're hand launching, you can't get your fingers back into the prop no matter how hard you try. And the great thing about this thing is you don't even have to hand launch it. It slides on the ground, taxis around, drives,
Love it.
takes off the grass. It is so cool. It looks great, but here's the best part. You've got a million square inches of space. So he was loading it down with 20,000 milliamps of battery pack, and there's even room for more, and flying for 3 hours.
Nice.
3-hour flight times.
Wow.
That's amazing. It's got redundant control surfaces and servos, so if you have something fail, you can still bring it back home. It's just a workhorse of an airplane, but it can also be a super fun sport plane for FPV. So I think I'm going to be ending up with the smaller version, the 48-inch version, for a review. And it's a blast, so we'll get you some time on that as well. But you're going to love those airplanes. And we'll probably do a Warburg review as well. So these things are just too cool not to own. And I think FPV airplanes are just going to continue to climb up and be more popular.
It's the future of the year. Hello, gigantic RC companies that have stopped looking at airplanes. FPV planes are the future of at least the next 12 months of the hobby.
Yeah.
I agree.
You might ask, Jim, what the heck, how are you the person to determine this? I've determined a few things over my career, starting with 3D foamies in 2002 or so. But the easiest way that I'm expert is that we read the forums on a daily basis, and we have our fingers on the pulse of simply what people say and say and say and say again. So that's
we have the flow charts. We have the flow charts.
we have
the flow chart.
Go ahead, Jim.
He's going to do it.
He's gonna do it. He's gonna do
We
it.
have the flow charts.
okay,
Those flow charts give us a means of gauging, airplanes.
We are the world's largest and most active RC site. 1.6 million unique people came to the site this month alone. That's a
Dude.
lot of dudes.
Yeah.
There's some girls.
That's a lot of dudes and a couple of girls.
Couple of girls. Okay, I want to talk about an awesome airplane. I have some things to say. They're on my mind because I shot the unboxing video, I guess, yesterday, and then I thought, well, let's see how long it takes to build this thing. And I made an interesting discovery.
What's that?
He only got one wing into it before he
No,
lost.
I left that off on purpose. One sec.
I'm going to present you to everybody. Let's see. All right, he's wrapping something up here, ladies and gentlemen. He's putting his headphones back on, and he's grabbing the Graupner.
Leaning against the most expensive guitar on the wall. Okay, so this is, I want to call it the hair trigger. It's actually the hot trigger. And
Hot trigger.
the foam ends with POR. It's there.
Elapor?
Is it Elapor? I thought Elapor was a. It's
EPO.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is EPO, and they have their own name for it. If you go watch my unboxing video, you can. I've got that up there. It's like Lamapor.
Graupner pour.
Yeah, they should call it Graupner or something.
Trigger pour.
But let me say, ooh, there's the ceiling. It's pretty tough. It can take a hit, or it can take the ceiling, which I've whacked it on more than a few times. And so the question was, how will this thing go together? And it is built in a smart manner. This is why I took one of the wings off. The tail group simply pops together, and then I covered them over, but there's screws here, and the tail wheel is a screw, and all this holds the tail group on. You could take it all apart so easy. The landing gear is aluminum. It's not plastic. It goes into another plastic piece built into the fuse. I'm pretty sure these are not going to fall off on your first landing. And then they're surrounded by foam, and they have the wheel pants built in. Everything on this feels really solid. Oops.
Well, I'm digging the graphics.
What's wrong with the nose?
So I have not mounted the motor yet because I haven't, or not the motor, but I haven't mounted the prop yet because I haven't finalized getting everything set up on the transmitter. I got this far and realized it was time to do the podcast. So there's the cockpit. Pretty tricky.
It's going to have a little Pete.
No, you know what? I don't have a pilot, and I'm searching high and low in my house for the appropriate thing to stick in there before I permanently put the canopy on.
Yeah. It almost has a little. There you go. It almost has a little place that would put a pilot bust.
This is Graupner, and so the European company does have a pilot, but mine did not come with one. They said that they would be getting those in the future, but they don't have them right now. So let's look at.
You know, I've heard more than a few times people say, Matt, I thought Graupner went out of business. Not so. Graupner is alive and well in the USA, right?
We have Graupner USA have officially adopted the name Graupner USA. They used to have a name prior to that, and last week I got a call from Manny, and he said, Jim, change everything to Graupner USA. Jason and I'm not sure how much interaction Jason had, but when I worked for Hobby Lobby, I met Mr. Graupner Sr. and his son, and they actually flew from Germany out here to hang out with us. I've flown airplanes with them before. That was many years ago. I always loved their huge catalog, and everything they build is pretty well thought out. So check this wing out. It slides on. Let me get the right angle.
You had it. There you go.
It slides on a carbon fiber tube. And then it has two clips, as you can see, and then when you get it in there, you can hear them audibly click. But right here, this goes up,
cool.
and after you click it, you lock it, and it's on. So pulling the wings off for travel in your car is not a multi-screw process of sweating on the asphalt.
See, it's simple, simple designs like that make modeling more fun.
So this came pre-installed. Everything you see here was hooked up. And
perfect connection.
Yeah, look at that. It's got a nice arm on it, but it's connected with a metal screw and a nut, and it's not going anywhere. Now, this brings us to, it's an awesome design. I'm anxious to see how it flies. I'm pretty sure it's going to be great. But this brings us to the hardest part of the whole airplane.
Uh-oh.
I put this airplane together, and I guarantee 15, maximum 20 if you're being super meticulous and careful.
15, 20 what? Minutes? Oh, yeah.
15 minutes. Okay, and I was like, that is how I like it. It appears to be moderately large. I know it's going to fly well, and then we'll do this before I launch into. So this is all the internals. The one thing I don't like, there's no way to put a strap on this battery. I'm pretty sure that battery's not going to go anywhere, but I'd feel better if I had some slots in there for a strap. I've got the ESC mounted.
Yeah, you'll find out real fast if you do a waterfall with the plane, right, Jason?
Right.
And then battery goes,
we'll test it for sure.
We have lots of air intake here to keep that ESC cool.
Yeah.
And then I've got the receiver mounted right here, so every time you take a wing off or put it back on, there's a little hole in the side right there, so you can slide your servo wire in there. And so I put my receiver right there, so it'd be real easy to unvelcro and velcro back on and plug in and plug out.
You know, you've got such a big truck, I assume you could probably just throw that in the back with wings on.
Maybe. It's pretty big. But here's my comment. When I went to put these stickers on, I have been putting stickers on this airplane from yesterday before 5 o'clock of the morning, because like this, see this right here? It's awesome, right?
I would have thought that puppy would have come with stickers on it.
No. Well, you have 3 sticker sets.
Wow.
and I merged two sticker sets. I wanted the red and black, and this is awesome. Whoever designed it did a great job. So I looked at the photos, and then the real trick then is to get this to merge with this piece.
Yep.
And then we haven't even looked at the bottom yet. And so for the bottom, there was another sticker set of this tearaway metal type of deal.
Ah.
So instead of going red arrows on the bottom, I went with the black. I put some checkerboard on the tips.
Wait, your other wing has the red arrow on the bottom.
No, that's the top.
No, wait. Flip that other wing over that you have on the ground over there.
Well, here's the
That's
bottom
your
of
top of
everything here. Nice long arrow, pretty cool.
Yeah.
And I will also say that this foam really likes things to stick to it, like Velcro. I'm used to sticking Velcro on foam and then it not sticking, and I have to glue it on somehow. Not the case with this. And while, let's say, I will put this in my review, but as you're peeling this whole single sticker off, you have to be so careful, like around your arrows, that you don't just rip it as you go in. Oh, we got a special guest. Hold on there, special guest. So,
See,
he does.
Yeah, you got the different graphic on the back on this one, bud.
Yeah, no, I did it on purpose.
Oh, okay, I just wanted to make sure.
So I did put this on first.
What kind of connection is it?
It's a perfect connection. That's what I said earlier. You were talking about the arm, and I go, perfect connection. You go, yeah, it is.
But it's very cool. I know it's going to fly well. And P.S. and by the way, where'd it go? This little top deck.
Yeah.
After the review, guess what's going to go on here?
Oh, FPV, baby.
This will be my FPV deck. And it may or may not work. I may fly it one time and think, no. Or I might think this is the most awesome FPV plane ever and turn this into my FPV bird.
Just balance that big, gigantic prop, and you'll have a great experience.
I'm going to wad it into the ground for you on the flight.
Everyone stop, because I'm about to show you the coolest thing of the week. I'm going to set it up. Now, excitement level 9.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what would put me to 10, but I'm sure I got one left in me. So I was Joe, hold on real tight, Joe.
No problem, man. I'm good.
We were doing a thing about Matt Gunn did a story about a company that does books on automotive repair, but they did it on how to build a quadcopter.
It's the Haynes manual.
So and you can find that in our on our site. And so then I said, I'm going to put a blower on a quadcopter. We were joking, and then somebody didn't get the joke, and I wanted to when I said it, I had to do it. So check this out.
Yeah, this is pretty legitimate. Okay.
That is made by Horizon Hobby. $8.99. You can buy it on Amazon. It's in my cart right now. So I'm going to order it and see how little or big it is.
I didn't think you could buy anything for $8.99 anymore.
And on Amazon, the shipping is free, man. I'm a Prime member, so I get it free.
Wait, what's the size of it?
Well, that's the question. I don't know. But I have a theory.
I'll find out.
One theory is it will look, I'll stop sharing now. I think if I put Velcro on the bottom of that, I think it would look awesome on here.
Hey, go back. What was that part number?
I can send you a link. It's
just Google Horizon Hobby blog.
RPM
734 what?
73413. So here's my idea. First of all, just by itself, it would look awesome sitting on this. If I Velcroed the bottom of that blower and then I put Velcro on my batteries on my quads, I could theoretically put a blower on my quads. And then finally, what if I drilled a hole in there so a micro cam or a medium-sized FPV cam would fit in the blower, and then the blower became my move-around FPV setup?
The blower cam, I like it. I think that you've stumbled upon something, and you need to patent it quick before somebody else grabs it.
Greatness. Hey, everyone. We have just been joined by our newest reviewer,
Baldy Locks.
Hey, what's up?
Joe Vermillion. I called you Baldy Locks because that was your...
It's all good.
They say it's a little large for 10th scale, so it's going to be fairly big.
Mean Joe. What's happening, man?
What's going on?
Well, you saw I was just getting excited about a blower, so.
I seen that thing, man. I thought you photoshopped that on there. I didn't know you actually put it on there.
No, I did
that was a good
Photoshop it.
That was a great photoshopping effort before the actual purchase.
In a prior life, one of my jobs was to cut the beer guts off country stars on their CD covers.
Dude, what didn't you do?
So I come by it honest, my photoshopping skills.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Well, what's going on, man? Talk to us. What you got in the background back there?
Well, I'm working on the lysander here, waiting on some parts for that, and I'm doing the FPV on the Senior Sport over there. I'm getting ready to mount the camera on the bottom of the gear so I can see what's going on.
Nice.
You know, that's how I'm gonna be honest. Using big balsa ARF planes is sort of the roots of FPV. You remember back in the day when we used to all stick FPV on our big giant planes, and then it sort of died, and then Jim made the call that sort of is going to make a comeback, and then here you are using your SIG Senorita. It's a Senorita, right?
No, it's a Senior Sport.
Oh, the SIG Senior Sport to do FPV from. I think it's perfect. I think that sort of style of FPV where you don't have to have a super high performance 200 mile an hour wing that's streamlined and it can go here and there, and you know, you don't have to have that. You can just use anything you want, go au naturel.
Right, exactly.
Love it.
Yep, can't wait to get it done. I'm going to see. I flew a little bit yesterday with the camera mounted up on top, and I wasn't digging it because that's got such a big prop on it. You really couldn't see much. I mean, other than I seen a guy online that actually took his Senior Sport and made he didn't put the motor on the front. He put twins on the wing and put his FPV pod in the front of the cowl where the motor should go. It was very cool idea. I'm thinking about eventually doing something like that, but I just wanted to get started now so I don't have to wait. I'm kind of impatient with this stuff.
You don't know where you're going to put it yet, though?
Yeah, it's going between the gear. I was just drilling the holes when you guys hit me up.
You hit us up.
No, I hit him up.
Oh, awesome. I thought he was jumping in. I thought you were just coming in, dude. I was going to praise you for being totally legit. That's awesome.
Surprise guest. I sent one more invite out, but I don't know if that'll happen. So check this out. So I haven't had my hands on this camera. I'm going to click on this picture. I haven't had my hands on this, but how awesome might that be if you could control it with a slider and you could mount it, let's say, in your application between the landing gear. If I had 180 degrees with that thing, that would be sweet. Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't go up or down. It just goes left and right. Yeah, that would be cool. Oh, it only goes left and right? It's only two axes?
It's a single axis.
And the best
that is
part.
Sweet. I want one of those so bad.
$42.
Sweet.
You can't beat that for $4. Remember,
cool.
You remember when a motor like that would be like $80, you know, just for the motor itself. The cameras were $69. That looks like just like a Fat Shark camera.
My question is, how does it mount? I see these two holes right here.
I think you're on your own with mounting it. That looks like exactly.
Probably mount it from the top.
Well, there's two screws. There's two mounting holes. I bet these two mounting holes are it, and everything else is a free floating.
Yep, that's it.
Wow.
So let me show you guys. Can I share screen real quick also?
Yes, sir. Stopping.
All right, so I'm going to do this real quick. Full screen. Here we go. See this right here? This was back in 2009.
Nice.
Where I'm FPVing a
Cub.
A Cub. Yeah.
Man.
So having a good old time scooting that thing around.
Yeah, I gotta give Matt credit for the idea for the mount, because I was thinking some other stuff, and I was talking to him while I was out the field. And he was like, "Put it between the gear," and I'm like, "Oh, that's perfect. That's gonna work sweet."
And
so as long as you face it down some, just at an angle down, because you want to see more ground. What were you saying, Jim?
You can mount it forward of your gear.
Yeah, that's mounted back just to be back there. That's with if you want to put a little perspective in, that's with a GoPro with a top resolution of 480p. That is the GoPro 1. That is literally the GoPro 1.
So that's got to be
Nice.
like what, a quarter scale? Fifth scale?
That is
maybe?
the 80-inch
Yeah.
E-Flight Cub. Remember that guy?
Nice. Nice. Oh yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Around. Woo! Okay, I'll get out of this now and stop sharing. There we go. So good stuff, man. That was kind of the roots of my FPV, back then. So
Yeah, I can't wait to get it going. I'm gonna look into seeing about doing some higher milliamp packs so I can get some more time out of it. And then, like we had talked about, maybe like a 2.1 to get some more distance out of it. So
1.2, yeah, you could do.
Yeah.
1.2, I found that even if you aren't going distance, 1.2 will give you a much nicer signal quality at all four corners of your field. So whereas 5.8 can get a little bit fuzzy sometimes. And then you could also, with your rig that you're running now, what's the output wattage on it? 600?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, decent. You should probably be pretty good on 5.8, but yes, 1.2 is a good step in that direction for quality and distance.
Yep, I can't wait to get it done. It's going to be sweet. I'm hoping to fly it Saturday at PV. So.
Nice.
Sweet, man.
I've got something show and tell.
Show.
Am I present? Yeah.
You are.
So this is the new Hermit, which is very similar to the old Hermit quad that I killed.
That I killed.
The engineer said, "Please tell me how this operates for you. We still don't understand how you broke your old one."
Obviously, you've never met.
Yeah, I'm not laughing because I broke it. When I broke it, I was horribly sad.
Dude.
I'm just laughing because I broke it in such a way they can't figure it out. One thing I want to bring up is I said on our last podcast had a great talk with Chen's Ace Tattoo, Miss Rainbow, and so I went on Amazon and they sell batteries directly off of there, and I was looking for some extra cells, and so I got this little 2-cell pack and made it fit in here.
450.
And it uses the balance tab to operate. So I've got a pair of these for like $5 a piece. Love it. Mm-hmm. One thing that the Oversky RC wanted me to share with everyone, which I need to do in my review, is they have a new case for the receiver in here that before it was totally bare to the world. These little brass pieces you see here are pop-ons and offs for the antennas. Mm-hmm. And then I've also... Well, heck, one moment. This is the other side of that coin. So this is the one I had. The best video 300 micro 300 milliwatt transmitter I've ever had, and it's all living right here. Mm-hmm. So this is kind of the guts of what we were just looking at.
Look at that little thing, man. That rig is built around that 5.8 receiver. Oh, that transmitter.
I wasn't sure how something this little was going to take high in the sky and blazing away like a normal quad, and it flew so well. That's when I was like, oh, I'm in love with it. And then I killed it.
Then you killed it. Wop, wop, wop.
Well, we're back in business. I actually was in the backyard with my son who had goggles on. We were sitting on a picnic table, and I trimmed this out nice and smooth, and I was doing the perimeter of the backyard, flew next to my wife who was sitting in a lawn chair next to the pool, and then I attempted to fly through the second-story window into the house, didn't make it, crashed it 2 stories down. Nothing happened. Mm-hmm. Didn't even pop a prop.
Well, that's the sign of a good working machine then,
Pop a prop again.
Right on.
Oh, I have one more thing. Hold on.
Talk to me.
I don't want anyone out there here to get bored. Where our viewer number isn't low, so that's good. Eachine, the makers of my favorite Eachine 250 quad, favorite in that it doesn't cost much, it does exactly what it's supposed to do, and it flies great. They wrote me and they said we have this 7-inch LCD DVR, and I actually tried to find someone else to review this, but then I realized I only have one unit like this. No one else was wanting it, and I thought, well, based on my head play experience, we should talk about that. I have that here. I'm looking at this thing. So here's My sell to you is an FPV or possible FPVer. I actually got asked this a lot at Joe Knoll. Which should I get, goggles or a screen? I think you should get goggles that work for you and get a screen as well. Dual diversity has a built-in DVR. That means I can be in my goggles and have this running and SD card in it and record everything I'm seeing for you. If I'm doing a review, if you want to put something on YouTube, if you want to shoot your trees, your house, and show everyone how cool you are and how cool FPV is, this is kind of a great backup unit, something people can look at that are behind you and have no idea what the heck you're doing in a pasture. This has happened to Jason and I.
I get that a lot.
Yep. Look in the monitor. Oh, is that what? That's you in the air? And then their minds are blown and everything's cool. So Jason and I are going to have to go to the field and fly the big hot trigger, and I'll have this.
Hot trigger!
Hot trigger. Oh, this is funny. I was putting stickers on this so much that every time I put a sticker on that said hot trigger, I would audibly out loud say, hot trigger!
Hot trigger!
Then finally my wife comes to the door upstairs and goes, what is going on down there? Hot trigger! Hot trigger!
Oh, that's nice. There you go.
Talk amongst yourselves.
That's one of the things I'm getting ready to do here, too. I got the HDMI cable for the HDMI module for the Phantom 3 Professional, and that's one of the things we're going to do at events is I'm going to put that on a 50-inch HD and have it mounted in the back of my trailer so that, like when we're doing events with kids and stuff, they can come over and get free plane rides and watch the big screen while I'm flying FPV.
Awesome.
It'll be sweet. Yeah, that module is actually pretty cool. I was a little intimidated taking the back of the remote apart to put it on there, but it really went in smooth. It only took me probably 10 minutes to get it installed. So,
nice.
So
yeah, it's cool.
This happened to us, and I really need to do an article about it. I have it out to shoot photos of. And Jason and I were at Seth, and I had 2 sets of head plays. And these are my original cables that came with my head plays coming out. We had a screen just like I showed. This was coming out of the dual receiver screen, and I couldn't get it to work. It was going on and off and on and off and on and off, and finally it didn't work. I quit using this, and Jason said, have you opened up your cable? And I said, what are you talking about? And he said, open it up and see if this has happened. Let's see if the focus point will work. If you can or cannot see it, what's happened is somehow the head play socket, which I brag on so much because it's ingenious, has been twisted, and all those wires in there are now bare and touching. So my hot was touching I don't know what, and so an awesome thing happened. I killed my head play goggles.
Yep, a little what is it? You got the hot and the negative together.
I guess so. So I haven't figured out if I need to buy a new LCD screen or board or what. But here's the solution to if you have head play and you care and you're watching, removing the sleeve. Here is the sleeve. You know, I feel like I'm talking too much, but this is important stuff. So here's the sleeve. You move that, you loosen up the screw, and you pull that back, and you reveal this. And then if these are bare, you're going to want to, as Jason told me, resolder them and then
heat shrink them.
Heat shrink every one of those delicately so they're never going to touch and smoke your head.
Yeah, or you can use hot glue or goop or what is that spray, Plasti Dip stuff, something that's going to isolate and insulate those wires.
It will break your heart.
It happened to me. It happened to me too, buddy.
I can't believe I smoked my...
Well, I haven't gotten there yet with my head plays, and I'm going to check that very closely. Make sure that doesn't happen to me.
I checked all 3 other cables, and all of those were fine. It was this one I've been using since the get-go that was bad.
Since the get-go?
The get-go. Save 50% on your head play by switching the get-go.
Nice.
I hate that damn chameleon lizard thing. I know it's not real.
Have you seen the one that says, I save money on car insurance by switching to reverse and leaving the scene, basically?
Yeah, no.
Hey, I got a new toy. Let me show you guys. I don't know if I showed this one yet, but this is my...
Super sexy.
Yeah, this is my
Dude,
Inception. So let me talk a little bit. Somebody want to put me on screen share?
I'll do that, but first I want to say that looks just like the trim scheme on Extreme Flight's bird.
Yep.
That's so cool.
There we go. So this is the Hydra Pro Inception from HobbyKing. This is their first boat in the Hydra Pro lineup, if you will. So they got a couple more coming. This thing is fast. Now this is a $260, $270 boat. You know, if you go on HobbyKing and you let it sit up there, you open the page, you let it sit for a while, and then it'll pop up at the bottom. We notice you've been looking at this for a while. How about we take $30 off the price for you and make it sweet? Well, it'll do that, and you can get this boat for almost $249. Now, what is special about this hull is that even though it is ABS plastic, it's very, very hard, and it's not cheap. It's not chintzy. There you go. There's my review of it. And it's a 52-mile-an-hour boat right out the box.
It's awesome.
So that is pretty darn fast for a ready-to-run $250, $260 boat.
It doesn't sound fast, but that's probably the fastest boat I've ever seen RC on the water. It was so fast in person. It was crazy.
Yeah, you had fun driving it, didn't you?
I can't stop
everyone,
watching the video, man. I've watched that video 20 times. I love it. It's awesome.
Yep. Hey, there I am. Hey, guys, you can buy this boat and I'll sell it to you right now at Joe No for $49.95. But wait a minute. So that's not what I'm saying. Yeah, skip to the driving part, Jimbo.
I love this boat and this shirt. Soon I'll be taking my shirt off and swimming in the cement pond.
These shorts used to be white, but I washed them with a red shirt.
Dude!
I like to wear my tag low and by my belly. That way when you look at me, I know if you're looking for my name or not, because you're looking at my belly.
That's a really good impersonation, because it's true.
Impersonation.
So there we go. Turnigy, graphene, 6S total power, 3S 5000s in series.
I can't believe
some
you brought
electrons
that
through
to
that
the
thing,
lake.
weren't you?
What's
that thing
that?
is sick.
I said, I can't believe you brought that to the lake.
I did brought it. I bought it and then I brought it. So we put the HobbyKing Turnigy, the HobbyKing Big 5 GPS meter on it. So we're going to GPS this bad boy. You like how I just throw it out there like it's going to go by itself? Ready?
It's like a surfboard. You should jump on it next.
It's not working. It's not working.
So now yeah. No, so
Too much.
that's about right. No, that's good. So here we go. Here comes the speed run. And
That's awesome.
I think my favorite part was when Jason thinks I'm going to turn, but I really go straight.
Yeah, I know.
Ready? He's like, yeah, he's really going to turn right here. I can tell. Wait a minute. Okay. All right, I got it. Everything's okay, Matt. Don't cut that out of the video.
It's like in a sailplane where I'm shooting a sailplane, and then he says, and now we're going to do a loop. And but he didn't tell me anything.
So it turns on a dime. Good boat. I like it a lot. I really do.
I saw the posts where people were like, yeah, is this stock?
Right. And you're like, and I'm saying absolutely. So come on back to me here, Jimbo.
Dude, I thought high performance like jets and stuff were pushing connectors and stuff to the limits, man. When we got done with this thing, that XT90 was like so hot.
Yeah, that's the problem with FE boats. FE Fast Electric is kind of the name for what this is, I guess. So you have a lot of amps in a closed-in space with no ventilation, and you get a lot of heat. There's a whole lot of heat. So here's the motor. There we go. There's the motor right there. Booyah. Big 1,000 kV motor. And then you have a HobbyKing C-King 90 amp ESC and XT90 adapters right here. And I'm going to bet, now I've got a amp meter that I have yet to hook up to it. I'm going to bet we're pushing 85 to 90 amps on this thing, because there's just no way that XT90s can get that hot for any sort of less amperage.
Yeah, it was crazy.
But oh, and here's something cool too. Look at this hatch. I've never seen anything like it. Look at that.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's how it hooks together. You just you go like this.
Hey, know what you need, man? You need pilot heads on top of those servos so that the pilot's head turns when you turn the boat.
That would be cool if there was any sort of way to make them protrude out the top.
Yeah.
But,
oh yeah. No, never mind. Maybe on your other boat. Let's look at your other boat, dude.
Which one? Oh, it's outside. I just finished doing some paint on it, so it's kind of it's out there. So I can show a picture of it though if you want to see it, but it's up to you.
Yeah, while you're looking for that picture, I don't know if y'all have seen the rig that Matt runs around in, but it is so awesome and spectacular. I just wanted to share it with you.
What is it?
Look at that thing.
Wait a minute. Go back to
The drill bike.
That's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Oh, man.
Hey, I just want to say, look at the 3D Hobby Shop logo. It looks just like the Wyvern airplane.
Wait, how did you figure that out? That is the most random thing ever, but that's true.
It looks just like
It's true, man.
I am driving a drill bike with Despicable Me and party balloons on the back that say "It's my birthday," and it wasn't even my birthday, so that was interesting. All right, here's my let's see. I'll do a screen share for you guys. Bang, bang, and bang. Woo! Fly away. Okay, so here's my other boat. That's the cracker box. Yeah, well, you could put drivers on that. You could put swivels on that so there are little heads. to turn.
Right on the rudder. It's right back there.
Yeah. So that boat right there is probably going to be faster than this Hydra Pro by a few miles an hour. I mean, it's a 50-mile-an-hour boat, maybe a little bit faster.
a few miles per hour and a few $1,000s.
Could you put your child in that boat?
Yeah, unfortunately, a small child could fit in it, and yes, and no, I would never do such a thing, because then child services would probably knock at my door.
So you could use someone else's kid then.
Yeah, you could use someone else's kid that's really bothering you. So, so yeah, thanks, Jason, for driving and shooting video with this thing. Had a lot of fun with it. It's a good boat. HobbyKing, get it at HobbyKing. They're in the U.S. and overseas warehouses.
Seems like they should make that vent on top functional so you can get some air down in there.
Well, the problem is that water and electronics don't mix too well. So if I were to stuff it and flip it over upside down and stuff it into the water, then that's going to ram water straight in. And the other problem is that this top is a one piece. See how it's like, so there's no way to, I mean, I guess one could cut that and then cut a hole in it. So it is on the ragged edge.
Just drop some ice packs in there.
Yeah.
Speaking of Matt Gunn's son, I don't know if anyone's seen a picture of him, but I just want to share this with everyone. He's such an awesome kid. Look at that guy. That is a cool kid right there. You're right. He shouldn't be driving a boat. It'll put his pipe out.
That was the meme I used for rolled up at Joe Knoll, found the spot I wanted. Oh, that became that. I was so obsessed with Joe Knoll finding a good spot the first time, and then when I rolled up the second time, I'm like, I'll camp anywhere.
Yeah.
You know, I don't care anymore. It's gonna be fun anywhere you go. But first time at Joe Knoll, I was like, I'm gonna camp here. I'm gonna arrive here. I'm gonna stake my tent here, and it's like, well, that's going out the window. So. Yay.
Well, Jason, I'm gonna be done with this airplane theoretically today. Maybe we could go fly tomorrow.
Hot trigger.
Hot trigger.
Hot trigger. It would be a good idea, except that tomorrow, partly cloudy, high near 90, south winds at 10 to 15. So if you want to see what it's like in the wind.
No, I don't.
Why don't you guys go early? Seriously, go friggin' early before the wind starts.
We could go early. 8 o'clock, 6 miles per hour.
What else do we have?
I try to do all my flying in the morning. I'm going to the lake tomorrow.
You got anything you need flown, Jason?
No, not till I'm still waiting on parts for the Wyvern, and I haven't got the Multiplex Super Cub XL, baby. Fun Cub. I said Super Cub.
And how much does that XL cost?
I don't know.
Hey, I got a question for you guys. I want to pick up a personal plane, not for review, just for my own fun flying. I want it to be a Fun Cub style plane. I'm either thinking about the Fun Cub or the Timber or the, what's the HobbyKing one that
Tundra.
is
The Tundra.
the Tundra. What should I do? Should I just go for the Tundra?
It won Best New Airplane of the Year on RCGroups.
I don't know. If I was going to buy one like that right now, if everybody was in stock, I'd probably buy a Tundra.
Yeah, I'd go with the Tundra.
Okay.
But the Fun Cub XL is going to be amazing.
It's
I'm
much
probably gonna
bigger,
like
right?
it better, but it's a lot bigger.
And then the Timber is more refined, I think.
That's a good way to put it. It is more refined. It looks
good to have
exceptionally
options.
well on float. I think the Timber looks really good on floats.
Yeah.
Like with the floats on, it looks super legit.
We have an article on the Timber, don't we?
Yeah, I did it.
Timber. I have to
Broke
do it
the
every
dang
time.
story, man.
I did.
Did you?
I did.
Is it popular?
It is. Well, we did the interview with Matt at Jonal at the Electric Line.
No, you didn't. I didn't do it.
I did. Matt Andren.
I know. I'm trying to be cute. All right, share screen. There you go. Look at that. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Give me some more pictures.
Okay, sorry, I was making sure I was presenting. Well, here's a video, but we'll look at some pictures first.
Look at those tires.
Nice fat flaps, I dig it. Look at that, leading edge.
Whoa! I didn't know it.
Slats.
I didn't know it had slats.
Right.
Yeah.
That thing
Are
should
those
fly.
functioning? Are those functioning slats, or is that just for looks?
They look glued on.
I would say that they function, but they don't move. They're
Right.
permanently just like that. Yeah, they probably. Yeah, look at them. They have.
Yeah.
They work.
It was functional. Yep.
Also, it had servos on it.
Yeah, I bet it's RTF.
Oh yeah, bind and fly.
I love that the flaps actually work. Usually they're like, you could have flaps if you wanted them, but we're going to ship
I
them
hate
to you
that.
without them.
I hate that.
So what's the wingspan on that Joker?
Let's look at that real fast. That's important if you ever want your plane to come back to you, by the way, as we found out.
Hey, you want to know something that's totally random but actually true? Is that the tail number on that plane, November 950 Mike Alpha, is currently flying right now on FlightAware, and it is a Mitsubishi MU2 twin turboprop.
Seems weird that you'd use a number that's actually accurate.
Companies do that all the time. I actually got in trouble a long time ago for pointing that out in a review for a random airplane.
50 ounces, 40 inches long, Z-foam, brushless outrunner, 12.4 prop, my favorite, by the way, prop size.
The most
22.
popular battery in the world, 3S2200.
Yes.
Everybody has 200
want-
of them.
Everything to run on that battery.
All right,
Yeah.
so here you go. I've got the deets for you here.
There's your
Yes.
difference right there, 61-inch wingspan.
All right, so
Ooh, that's awesome.
61-inch wingspan, which guess what is a little
No,
bit
that guy wants to help us right there. Hold on, you want to ask him? You want to
Oh,
give him
let's
one
chat with him right now.
a little bit smaller.
Y'all can see
So
this.
the Fun Cub XL is 67 inches, and the Tundra is 51.
51. The Tundra's 51.
51 inches on the Tundra.
Hi, I'm Joe.
I'm going to
Hello,
give him
you
a.
are live on the RC Group's Google Hangout.
Oh
I
my
just-
gosh,
I
that's
just-
hilarious.
I just gave him a link to the Hangout. First of all, I want to say that I love Horizon, and Miss Kim is an old friend of Jason and I. We love them, and I love their
That's
products.
cool. Thanks. Join
There
us,
is
Joe.
a link.
Come
You
join
should
us.
join us. You probably can't. That probably would not be cool.
I know.
I'm
All right.
guessing not. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Just say bye. We're sorry for wasting your time, bro.
Okay, I'll tell them we were checking. I'll just leave that like that. We were checking out the Timber, and your chat popped up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just wanted to say, as Gomer would say, hi.
This guy's like, what did I do to deserve this? Josie
Joseph
is
C.
typing.
I actually utilized this the other day. I was ordering something. All right. Have a killer day, dude.
Ladies and
And
gentlemen,
hey.
antics.
Kim.
Say hey to Kim. He has no idea who that is.
And then I'm just going to close it so he doesn't have to engage with us anymore.
All right. Good job. Rate it. Give them all
Oh.
thumbs up. Do it right now.
Yeah.
And just for
Ken.
reference, Jimmy T, the Carbon Z Cub is 84 inches wingspan.
Oh.
So
Nice.
67, 84. So it's a good size, but it's the Timber or the Tundra is the smallest of the
Wait,
bunch.
you put Joe J-O. Like
Yeah, I was going internet abbreviation. So I was actually in the basement looking at my Carbon Z, thinking how we need to go and pull both ours out and fly.
Mine has just been sitting in the closet for a while now because it's so
Put your
big. and
Carbon Z in the closet?
put together. Yeah.
Are you struggling with tax debt?
No, but
That's better than is your foot falling off?
that made me laugh out loud. I rewatched that video, and that made me laugh out loud.
Oh, man.
That
See
was
right here,
fun.
we got 2 bolts, and them are wheels.
Look at that articulated landing gear. Are you kidding me? That would cost $500 if you bought it aftermarket. I'm not kidding
telling you.
either.
No, you're right. Remember that whole aftermarket $500 articulated landing gear?
And people
spree?
bought so many of those he couldn't keep up.
Yep. And then
Those are pretty squishy.
then something happened, and they got cheap.
Oh, really? I did not know that.
Oh, look at that.
All right. Have we done too much on this?
No, yeah, I think we covered it. So I think I'm going to go with the, even though this is a beautiful plane, the Timber, I do think I want the other one, the HobbyKing.
The Tundra.
The Tundra. I like the
You get a
colors.
Tundra, I'm getting the Fun Cub XL, Jim Teens to get a Timber, and then we need to get together and have a bush plane shootout.
Oh, we just have a good fun is what we'll have. We don't need to shoot anything out.
Too bad I live,
Natty.
600 miles away from you guys.
Well, you're supposed to come visit us, though, right?
I got a case of the Spostus. I am going to come and visit you. Yeah. I talked to the wife. The wife said it was a great idea. And we're coming down tomorrow.
I was looking for a review on the Tundra, but then I realized there's not one because we've never done one. Because there's never been one in stock when we wanted one.
Wait. There's no review of the Tundra?
I don't think... Is there, Jason? Have you ever seen one?
Not yet. I don't think.
We were going to get a pair of them and really knock the tar out of the review, but we have yet to get our hands on one.
Hmm.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, here it is. Tim King
Here it
already
is.
did it.
Here
It's
it is.
done. Oh, Tim's probably screaming right now if he's listening to this.
Sorry, Tim.
I did it. Here, share screen. I'll do it. And then we'll make this short and sweet.
Man, we've had so much news, it's just not on the channel page anymore.
I know. All right, you got me? Am I live?
Hold on, I'm going to stop. Stop. Matt Gunn.
You got it?
Present to everyone. I'm not seeing you, though.
There it is. All right, here we go.
Oh.
There's the Tundra with the barn door flaps at like 90 degrees. Look at that. That's a beautiful airplane. Let's go straight.
It looks like it'll take a hit, I'll tell you that.
Oh, a little wooden crutch interior. I like it. Hey, check out the plugs on the inside there. Is that
Nice.
That's legit?
I was talking to Stuart 2 days ago.
Stu Daddy.
They won the Terry Award for Best Aircraft on this, and we were talking about that very thing. Hey, while we're doing this, Jason Cole, can you hook us up with some info on the XL?
Like such as in this, in that?
like it.
Back
What do
at
you want to know?
We're way over an hour, but whatever. It's Thursday.
Looking for the deets?
Yeah, we still got
just,
viewers.
Just some pictures. I've seen it at a show, but I haven't actually seen it on the internet.
Oh, well, we did an article on it.
Well, let's check it out.
Well, I'm working on it. It was that Toledo show.
Meanwhile, I'll compare these flashlights. Joe, do you have a high-powered LED flashlight yet?
I do not.
Got to
I've
get
been
one.
seeing all the good stuff about it. I need to get one.
This one has a tactical edge on it, so when I shine it in your eyes, I can whop you in the head. Oh, this one does too. These both have.
I tell you what.
Ladies and
What-
gentlemen, violence is not promoted on RCGroups.
You whop me in the head with anything, it's going to be broke, whatever it is. Have you seen the
All
size
right.
of my head, dude?
Can you see my screen?
Seriously.
Yeah,
Yes.
let's get you on a share here. There you go. Wow.
So
Oh, red, black, and white.
finally, the Fun Cub looks good to me. I never liked the original Fun Cub.
Finally.
looks.
It's winning now, though, with those colors.
Yeah, it's
Winning.
awesome. So 67-inch wingspan, 47 inches long, 6 pounds. It does take a 6S battery, so that's a big difference.
6S battery. Whoa.
6S 3300. Yep.
Wow.
But it's going to be
67-inch wingspan. Yeah, man. They want you to have that. She's heavy, right? So they want you to have
6 pounds. Yeah.
Pull-out ability.
Pictures?
Yeah, it hovers. Let me find
There's
the
some more
article.
pictures up there.
Let me find the article. Fun Cub XL RCGroups.
So we're not going to fly tomorrow, it sounds like.
Why not?
I don't know. Jason's waiting on stuff.
He can wait.
I can do the build video tomorrow and get that up.
All right, let's see how good your Google Foo is.
Yeah, let's look at
Here we go.
First
Here we
one.
go.
Hang on, buddy
This
boy.
is it at the show. Check out those flaps.
I love the talk about some billboards.
Right?
Nice. Hey, wait. Speaking of him,
Sean.
I'm wearing my hat in his honor.
That's the Spiker
go.
Special.
Got my spiker can.
You can see it. So there's the original Fun Cub, and there's the XL.
Hey, what is that up at top?
That's
Is that
the
a
Huron.
Soleus? Oh, it's a Huron? I got a
Yeah.
Soleus. I like that. That's
Nice.
my slope glider. Anyway, that thing looks really nice, the XL.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
I like it's almost like the prop is painted matte black along with the spinner. Oh, there it is. Hey, there's the old one. And here's the new one. Didn't somebody say, dude, quit your jerky camera movements?
Dude. I think it was Mark Murdoch.
Hey,
Anyway,
I think that's a beaut. A real beaut, Clark.
so I should be able to. I don't know when they're sending it, but Suzanne over at High Tech was sending me one for review. So whenever that gets here, we'll show you it and talk about it and have fun with it and do a review.
I can't wait.
I'd like to dedicate the way I'm wearing my hat to High Tech.
You did it. That's a good one. Looks
Or
great.
Chris Click.
Yeah, we need more Chris Click love.
Oh, they're California guys too, you know. Mike Mayberry. Well, I don't know if Mike's California, but he kind of got the look.
Mm-hmm. Ladies and gentlemen, banter.
All right.
I believe we've run out of gas. Is that correct? Is everyone out?
We're an hour and 30 minutes into this, and we're
I need
still
a
going
drink
strong.
of water.
We're all the way into next week.
I finished my coffee. I don't have any coffee here. I need to do something. Ladies and gentlemen, what have you done for RC Scale lately? This is the most strange use of Uncle Sam you'll ever see for RC Scale Builder. I don't even know if this website's still around.
Oh.
Oh, the Bruce?
Oh.
Wait, what was that, Jason?
I don't know.
That's awesome.
Oh.
Oh, that's nice.
Later, I'm going to listen to some cassette tapes and just relax.
We are,
Is that a Maxell?
Oh, yeah, this Maxell, I'm pretty sure Leonard Skinner, I got Alabama on one side and the Cars on the other side.
Do you even own a tape deck to play those?
Dude, I have the most... Dude. If it were more handy, I'd hold it up in front of the camera. I have an
It's
awesome
Rolling Thunder, man.
Rolling Thunder. Let's see what else I have. I've got this Maxell tape. We've really divulged. It says "Do not record" on this.
That must be. That's like your mixtape for your wife when you were dating.
It's actually me talking, and it's real embarrassing. It's me talking to myself in the future, and I was like, "Oh, awesome!" And then after I started listening to it, I thought, "This is really embarrassing."
I wish you could play it right now because I do
No,
want to hear it.
I'd like to delete it. You can't delete it though. There's no delete button on that damn thing.
Here's what happened on my first flight at Joe Knoll when I was doing FPV.
Oh, you don't need those, right?
No, I'm not done.
Well,
with the
did they
batteries.
just come off, or did they fry?
Oh
off?
no, the whole thing flew off, and this it just went right into the props, blew them all off, and so I taped them here, obviously with electrical tape.
Those
so
are just the backup leads anyway. It's okay.
Yeah, I know. Well, I can't charge it, so not until I unsolder it and fix it. So, is that the ding that says we've really gone too far?
There's nothing left in my room I can talk about either.
I don't have anything either. Oh man, I'm looking all around.
Boy, next week will be like a 10-minute show.
I got something real quick.
Yeah.
Oh,
How about, you guys have all seen my head, right?
what?
The size of the cowl on this 50cc Lysander I'm building.
Holy moly!
Huh?
Avatar.
How about that thing? Look at that.
Dang.
Look at that. Is that beauty in the
That
background?
is a trash
Yeah,
bin.
50cc Lysander, yeah.
You should make a trash can out of it.
Hey, I think your plane stand's a little small for that.
Yeah, that is cool. What is that?
Yeah.
Wait, go back over there, dude. Get us back on the picture.
What is that plane stand?
That's a Steve Mills special, isn't it?
Ooh,
That's a
That's
Steve
awesome.
Mills special, yeah.
That's
Ladies and gentlemen,
articulated.
Steve Mills has a great CNC machine and a laser cutter and a foam
Got
cutter.
one over there,
and-
too.
Yeah.
You know what it reminds me of? Those little like dinosaur things you get at museums that you put together.
Yeah, it does kind of
Yeah,
remind me of
they're
that
perfect.
too.
They actually work great. The one on the Lysander is the medium size, and the one on the Senior is just the regular size that they had from before. It's really cool.
That's
I
awesome.
should do it. I should do a news article for him on those, and then make him quit his day job so he can build those 24 hours a day.
Right.
'Cause
right.
a lot of people will buy them.
Actually, they're available now on Sick Planes, too.
Score.
Yeah.
That's where we'll link it to then. Nice.
Yep.
I think I have a picture of Steve Mills and his dad.
Where's this going?
Yeah, no, I won't spend the next hour looking for that photo. But I think I
All
do.
right, y'all.
Well, I'm sure you guys have things to do. It's almost time for you to go pick up your son, Matt. And Joe, you really got to get back to work on that airplane.
Oh, yeah. I'll get her done. It'll be done today.
All right. Well, everybody, you've been watching the extended version of the RCGroups Live Hangout Thursday edition, and we have literally talked about everything that's happened to us since last Tuesday or Monday, or maybe a little bit before that.
It's been a good discussion. I think so. We've maintained a steady amount of viewers, so I know there's some people that have watched this from the beginning, and they're asking how much longer can we go, but we're going to cut it off.
You know what I meant to do at Joe Nall was a live Facebook broadcast just to see how many more people would log on to that. I got a feeling that there's more, hey, they're live announcements on that. Of course, you can't save it, so that's why I haven't done it.
Yeah, maybe I should do that at XFC.
I do have one thing to share. I'm sorry.
It saves itself on Facebook, doesn't it?
I don't know. But,
We
but
can
it
take
did
that
on
and then
Facebook.
put it on YouTube.
Okay. I'm going to try to share something. There's no audio. I've really been trying to figure out how to get the audio going here.
Oh, is this what I think it is?
It's this, only better. Okay. You see that right there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to do the sound effect. Here we go. Woo! And there's an instant replay. Whoa! In the background, there's a...
Do it again.
Okay.
Here we go.
In the
Ready?
background, there's a woman screaming, and the whole you can hear her go. Ah! Okay, here we go.
Ready?
Whoa! I'm going to upload that tomorrow. It's going to say Happy Friday, and then I'm going to upload that video so you can hear it. When you hear my voice in slow motion, it made me LOL.
Wait, I need that video because I want to make a GIF out of it, just it going woo woo.
Oh, yeah.
That was my first idea till I heard myself. And then I thought, oh, you're going to have the audio. All right, everybody. That's been the RCGroups Live Hangout. I'm Jim Graham, your host. We've been with the always awesome Matt Gunn,
The hostess.
the perpetually cool Jason Cole,
Yeah, Bubba.
and mean Joe Vermillion. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. RC Groups, come hang out with us. Bye.
See ya.